Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing.
Good morning, and welcome to Storytime. Thank you so much for joining me, friends. I am glad that we're here together. Happy Friday, wherever you're joining us from. I hope indeed it will be a good one for you. I hope it is indeed a good Friday so far. Thank you so much for joining us, and as always appreciate that you're here with us, that you choose to be here with us on Storytime, and many things that you could be doing out there, but you choose to be part of this wonderful community, enjoying stories and indeed learning together. Thank you so much for being here with us wherever you are today. Please let us know, and let us know how it is as well out here in the Bay. It's been raining. I think the rain is heavier elsewhere, but we've definitely had some rain out here in Oakland as well. So if you're going out, just be sure to carry that rain jacket, or indeed those rain boots, or whatever else that you need to make it a little more comfortable out there. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And remember too, if you have extras that you feel like you can donate, please donate. Many people would still use them out there. So thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime, and thank you for your generosity as well in donating to others. Thank you for being here. How are you doing? Where are you from today? Thank you. Where are you joining us from today? Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Yeah, we've had quite the lineup this week. We've read so many wonderful books. The Stuff of Stars, It's So Quiet, From My Window, Time for Bed, Old House, and then today, of course, we round up with If You Come to Earth. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime, and a big thank you to all the creators and, of course, the publishers that allow us to share so many wonderful books here on Storytime. And as you know, December 9th, it's happening. The Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair is happening at Emerson Elementary. And this one is brought to you this time by the organizing committee for the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. And of course, the Emerson Elementary PTA. And I have to state there, Emerson Elementary in Oakland, because there is an Emerson Elementary out in Berkeley as well. But this one is the Oakland Emerson. And yeah, there will be the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair, and come on out. Cool books to be enjoyed. Meet the authors and illustrators. Storytelling will be happening. There'll be story times, and of course, many organizations will be there as well. And most importantly, perhaps, it is a fundraiser for Emerson Elementary. So come on out and enjoy. And oh, one more thing. Smoothies. The bike blender will be there. Come on out and join in. Tim Dixon will be there. The Soapbox Salute will be there with lots of fun, lots of music. Come and dance away. And there's so many things. Some yet to be confirmed, some definitely confirming as we speak. So just waiting on some of those confirmations before we can put out those words. But just know that in that many others, there's a lot that will be happening there at the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. I am excited for all of you to come and join us and have fun. And of course, I will be emceeing that event. So come on out and have fun with us. Come and say hello. If you pass through, please be sure to say hello to me. Thank you so much for joining in. And if you're not in the Bay, well, do not worry. We will be streaming as well. So you should be able to get live happenings of the events at the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Who is with us, ready to enjoy a wonderful story? Thank you so much for joining in today. How are you? you doing? Thank you. Morning from sick Bowden. So sad, Bowden. I hope that you feel better, but you keep healing out there in cloudy Vermont. Thank you so much. We'll be waiting on that call. Yes, was just checking in on Bowden, making sure he is okay. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely appreciate you, Chrissy, and of course, Bowden. Good to see you here, buddy. And like I said yesterday too, selfishly glad that you're here with us on Storytime Live, but I know that you're not feeling well today, so I hope that you feel better. Thank you so much for joining us on Storytime. Good morning to you, Marietta. How are you doing out there in Harvard, Massachusetts? Hope everyone is well. Well, thank you so much, Marietta. Hope you are well too. Thank you indeed for joining in. And of course, give a big hug to Henry. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Absolutely love it. Thank you for joining in. Marietta, you say, sounds like an amazing event. It will be. It has been the last 6 editions that I've been, and this is the 7th one. I'm excited for it, and I think it probably could be the biggest as well. I'm excited for it. I know that pre-pandemic we had some big crowds out there, but I hope that this one is even bigger, and I hope that a lot turn up, especially to support Emerson Elementary, of course, and the creators as well. But I think there's so much more that is coming together this time, and 2 great communities that I am lucky to be a part of that are coming together: Emerson Elementary and the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair. Thank you for being here. Let's get ready for a wonderful book that we're reading today. This one is written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall, and it is called If You Come to Earth. Yes, this one we're reading with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely excited to share this one. Get ready, get comfortable, get cozy. Go, grab what you need. I'm looking around and seeing the snacks that I have next to me. Yeah, I think I need to find something else. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime. I'll catch you on the other side of this very short break. Thank you for being here on Storytime.
We're your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Storytime with Mr. Lavata. One more time. Your kitchen tenders, and you're listening to Storytime with Mr. Lavata. Yay, Mr. Lavata! Yay, you.
Welcome back indeed. Thank you so much for joining in. I love Kit and Tender. They're just the best. And if you haven't checked them out, please do check out their podcast. And Tune Tells their podcast. And you can find it wherever you find podcasts, wherever you find your listening, right? So Apple, all of that, they're all over the place, and just amazing. Lots of good laughter guaranteed. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And Gabi Lala, big shout out to you as well. Thank you so much for joining in today. Our book is called If You Come to Earth. This one is written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall. Yes, award-winning Sophie Blackall, award-winning author, illustrator. And then, of course, we're reading this one with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Here we go. Before we go, too, this one has Andy, so I have to show you that before we go, before we get started. Look at that. How cool is that? So if you get a copy, just be sure to check out there too. If you come to Earth. All right, here we go. If You Come to Earth, written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall. And we're reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Dear visitors from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. What do you think visitors from outer space need to know? Let's see if what's in the book matches up with yours. Dear visitors from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. You can find us near a big sun and a tiny moon and a bunch of other planets. Ours is the greeny blue. Will that make us easy to find? Maybe, maybe not. Yeah. Dear visitors from outer space, if you come to Earth, here's what you need to know. You can find us near a big sun and a tiny moon and a bunch of other planets. Ours is the greeny blue one. Can you see it? The green and brown bits are land, and the blue stuff is water. Yeah. The green and brown stuff is land, and the blue stuff is water. People mostly live on the land in big cities. Well, and small towns. And tiny villages. Yeah, people are everywhere. People mostly live on land in big cities. Well, and small towns. And tiny villages. Or is there somewhere else? Or, oh, just in the middle of nowhere. Wow. I'm always amazed, always fascinated when I see places isolated like that. How do you do it? How do you get your supplies? How do you do it out there in the middle of nowhere? But I guess they're surrounded by so many resources, right? Yeah. And I think I've said this before too, but most of the times it's when, flying across different parts of the world and you get to see these places out there and just seeming like nothing around them. Yeah, always fascinates me. I'd love to meet somebody who lives there one day and actually ask them. Yeah. Oh, just in the middle of nowhere. We live in all kinds of homes. Yeah. Any one of those look like your home? Do you live in a castle? Oh, I'm so jealous. Of course, my phone decides to ring like that. We live in all kinds of homes. And sometimes, like it says on there, people lose their homes. Maybe due to fire, floods, and sometimes even war. Yeah. We live in all kinds of homes, in all kinds of families. Is your family represented here? Yeah. Every family is unique. Every family is beautiful. Yeah. We live in all kinds of homes, in all kinds of families. There are more than 7 billion people on Earth. We all have bodies, but every body is different. Yeah, think of that. There are more than 7 billion people on Earth. We all have bodies, but everybody is different. Yeah, very different. Except for my friends who are identical twins and look the same. Well, except for Mustafa's mom. Can you spot the difference? Actually, two of my oldest friends, they're my friends I've known the longest, really. I've known them since we were in before first grade, in fact. Yeah. And it's amazing that many people can't tell them apart, but I've known them for so long that I do, and it's always a fun game we play, to seeing who can tell them apart. Inside our heads, we're usually thinking. You can't see our thoughts, but sometimes we show our feelings on our faces. What are those faces telling you? Yeah, inside our heads, we're usually thinking. You can't see our thoughts, but sometimes we show our feelings on our faces. Yeah. Even if we don't feel like it, we get dressed every day. We wear different clothes depending on what we do and where we live and if it's hot or cold. Yeah. Even if we don't like it, we get dressed every day. We wear different clothes depending on what we do and where we live and if it's hot or cold. There's lots of different weather in the world. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. All kinds of weather, right? There's lots of different weather in the world. Some of it's good and some of it's bad. Wherever people live, we usually have to go someplace else. There are lots of ways to get there. Lots of different vehicles, right? Which one have you used today? Or which one are you going to use today? Or maybe in the next week? What mode of transport? Yeah. Wherever people live, we usually have to go someplace else. There are lots of ways to get there. And I know especially around this time of the year, people are trying to visit family, go places. So what are you going to use? How are you going to get there? Or if people are coming to you, how are they getting there? And when they get there, you should ask, how did you get here? I am a kid, and kids go to school to learn stuff. So we'll know what to do when we're grown up. Yeah, so much to learn, so much on this earth. I am a kid, and kids go to school to learn stuff. So we will know what to do when we're grown up. Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. Yeah. Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. Yeah. Think about the grown-ups in your family. What are they doing? Yeah. Grown-ups do lots of things to make the world work. But when people are not at work or at school or sick or asleep, we get to do whatever we want. Yeah. We get to do whatever we want when we're not at work or at school or sick or asleep. What's that thing that you like to do? when you're not at work, at school, or sick, or asleep. Whatever we're doing, we need to eat when we are hungry. Some of us have more food than others. We all need food and water to survive. Yeah. Basic needs, right? We need to eat when we're hungry. Some of us have more food than others. We all need food and water to survive. Yeah. And some of us, because we're grown-ups, as kids, you might eat more. But also you might think about it as in some households, some people have more food than others, have more means than others. So maybe if we can donate something, why not? Find out if there's a food pantry near you where you can drop off some canned food or something that will not, that won't go bad too quickly. Yeah. We get water from the rain, which flows into little streams and big rivers and all the way to the sea. You can't drink the seawater because it's too salty. Have you been to the sea today? Have you been to the water today at all? We get water from the rain, which flows into little streams and big rivers and all the way to the sea. You can't drink seawater because it's too salty. Which reminds me too, Chrissy, I know you've been doing water therapy, cold water therapy. I definitely want to hear more about that sometime too. The sea looks empty. Is it empty? What do you think? The sea looks empty. Whoa, but actually it's full. Fish can swim, but they can't walk. Look at all those different types of fish. Wow. Which one can you name? Which one of those sea creatures do you know by name? Yeah, lots and lots. Most animals can walk or swim or gallop or hop, but they can't fly. Bat says, I can fly. But yes, most animals can walk, swim, gallop, or hop, but they can't fly. A lot of animals. Oh. Some birds can swim and walk and fly. So if I had to choose, I'd be a bird. Some birds can swim and walk and fly. So if I had to choose, I would be a bird. Get to do everything. What would you be? Would you choose to be a bird too? Or maybe a fish or something else? Birds can sing. So can whales. And people. Yeah. Some a lot better than others. People make all kinds of music on our own and all together. But you know what? No matter how you feel about your singing, it shouldn't stop you. Sing as much as you can. Yeah, people make all kinds of music on our own and all together. Yeah. Some of us who are deaf talk with our hands and faces. Some of us who are blind read with our fingers. Yeah. Some of us who are deaf talk with our hands and faces. Some of us who are blind read with our fingers. If we're blind, we can imagine colors as shapes and sounds. These are the colors you need to paint everything in the world. At least everything that we think we know, right? Or that we know. Combinations of these will give you that. These are the colors you need to paint everything in the world. Marietta and Chrissy as well too, thinking of you as artists, and of course two kids, I know you're always drawing and painting. I wonder how you think about this page. Like how does that how do you relate to this? These are the colors you need to paint everything in the world. Just curious. If we're blind, we can imagine colors as shapes and sounds. Some things are part of nature. Some things are made by people. Yeah. What do you have that is from nature? What can you see? Leaf? Maybe a shell. What is it that you have? Scissors maybe near you? A soccer ball? I'm coming for that. Some things are part of nature. Some things are made by people. Some things are big. Wow. And some are small, teeny tiny. Some things are big, some things are small. Yeah. Some things are invisible. Where are they? What are some of those? Well, the wind, an invisible clock. Ghosts, gravity, electricity. The smell of roast chicken and old socks. Frangipani, wet wool. My goodness, those smells. Sound waves. Even germs. Yeah, let's remember to wash our hands before we eat, right? Yeah. So many invisible things. Some germs make you sick. So can eating a woolly milkweed toadstool, or breathing in smoke, or getting spat on by a slow loris. Yeah. Sometimes people get hurt by accident. Yeah. Right. Some germs can make you sick. And many other things as well. Sometimes people get hurt by accident. I hope that everybody can feel better soon. Sometimes we hurt each other. Mm. Yeah. Sometimes we hurt each other. I wish the world could be different in this aspect, right? Yeah. Sometimes we hurt each other. It's better when we help each other. I agree. It's better when we help each other. What are some ways that we can be helpful today? Yeah. What can you do to help others today? Think about that. It's better when we help each other. Babies are not very good at anything. Kids are good at lots of things. Grown-ups can do just about anything until they are really, really old. But by then, the babies are grown up and can help. Babies are not very good at anything. Wonder what the babies will have to say about that. Kids are good at lots of things. Grown-ups can do just about anything until they are really, really old. But by then, the babies are grown up and can help. Older people are good at telling stories about the world when they were young. Kids are good at making up stories that haven't happened yet. Older people are good at telling stories about the world when they were young. Kids are good at making up stories that haven't happened yet. Memories and creativity, right? Ah. There are lots of things we don't know. We don't know where we were before we were born or where we go when we die. But right this minute, we are here together on this beautiful planet. And we should try to make it better, help each other. There are lots of things we don't know. We don't know where we were before we were born or where we go when we die. But right this minute, we are here together on this beautiful planet. If you come to Earth, you can stay in my room. Love, Quinn. How do you think Quinn did? Telling these visitors from outer space about our beautiful planet. I think it was a pretty good job. An excellent job, in fact. If you come to Earth, you can stay in my room. Love, Quinn. And that is the end of our story today. I won't go into the book matter and the backstory of this book today, but hopefully when you get it from the local library, you can go back and read on all the little bits that are there as well. Beautiful, beautiful bits that definitely will give you more insight into this book. But it does say too here, just some things to think about. Or, what do you think about when you think of those living in outer space? How many eyes do they have? Are they small or are they big? Do they have any pets? When is their birthday? Do they have a birthday? Is it always dark where they are? Are they going to visit Earth soon? I'm sure just like me, you would like to know that too. Well, thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. One more time, I'll show you inside the Andes of this book. And then, of course, here is our cover. This one is called If You Come to Earth, and it is written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall. Beautiful, beautiful book indeed. I always love this one. Gets me thinking in so many ways. If You Come to Earth, written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall, and we were reading it with permission of the publishers, Chronicle Books of San Francisco. Thank you so much for joining in. I will catch you on the other side of this very short break.
Hi, everyone. I'm Amanda with Amanda Weltman Photography. I'm a photographer and printmaker based in the Pacific Northwest, and I believe that your face deserves wall space. Enjoy today's story time with my favorite storyteller, Mr. LaMotta.
Welcome back, indeed. Thank you so much, Amanda, out in Washington, in Seattle, out there. And yeah, if you have photography needs, you know who to contact. Amanda Walkman Photography for sure. Thank you so much for joining in. I've had the pleasure, the opportunity of having a session with Amanda, and it was fantastic. I'm like, was it me in those pictures? She made me look so good. Thank you so much for joining in Storytime today. Absolutely appreciate you. I hope that you enjoyed the book that we read today. If You Come to Earth, written and illustrated by Sophie Blackall. I hope you've enjoyed the wonderful lineup that we've had this week. Fantastic books that we've had indeed. And trust me, these books will be back many, many, many times here on Storytime. And yeah, we kicked off the week with a beautiful one of my favorites for sure, From My Window. And then of course we read The Stuff of Stars, and then It's So Quiet. I was away for that one, read It's So Quiet, and then we came back for The Stuff of Stars, and then Time for Bed, Old House, and then of course If You Come to Earth today rounded us off. And please remember too that we will be having the Social Justice Children's Book Holiday Fair happening at Emerson Elementary right here in Oakland. So please do join us on December 9th from 12 to 3 p.m. Lots and lots of events, lots and lots of activities happening at this event. So come on out and join us. And it is in conjunction with the PTA, the Parent Teachers Association at Emerson Elementary. It is partly a fundraiser for Emerson Elementary School in Oakland, California. So please come on out and join us. Come on out and have fun with us. And of course, check out everything that will be happening. We're updating the website every single time so you can get to see who is coming, who are the latest list of guests that will be there. There'll be lots of things to do, cool books to read and buy and also just enjoy. And of course, there'll be raffles as well. You can walk away with free books, and then meet the authors and illustrators and many other creatives that will be there. Story time will be there, will be storytelling, and of course many organizations doing amazing work out there like the Homies Empowerment. We hope that they can make it, and many others as well. So come on out and join us and have fun. Inspiring organizations will be there. Fundraiser for Emerson Elementary. Smoothies. I'm excited for the bike blender. It is one of my favorite things for sure. And then of course music. For one, from our very own Tim Dixon. Tim did the theme song for Storytime, so you are sure to have a good time. And he's also done many songs on social justice. So please come on out and have fun with us. Enjoy this time, and we'll be out there at Emerson Elementary in Oakland. Thank you so much for joining us here today on Storytime. Who is with us, ready to enjoy that wonderful story? Thank you so much, Chrissy. I'm glad that you were here. Borden, good to see you here, buddy. So glad to have you here. I hope that you continue to feel better, get better soon. Thank you for joining us here on Storytime, and I'm still glad that you are here with us for Storytime Live. And yeah, I hope that you have a wonderful rest of your day. Happy healing, buddy. Thank you so much for being here with us on Storytime. Marietta Apollonia, thank you so much for joining in Storytime here out there in Harvard, Massachusetts. You say, hope everyone is well. Well, we hope everyone is well where you are as well. We hope you are well too. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. And be sure to join us for the streaming. If you're not able, if you're far away, if you're not in Oakland and cannot make it to the event, well, we will be streaming it on the Storytime platform. So be sure to catch us then. Whatever you can catch, we'll highly appreciate. And of course, spread the word that this is happening. If your friends out here in the Bay, let them know the place to be is Emerson Elementary on December 9th. Thank you so much for being here, friends. This has been Storytime for today. This has been Storytime for this wonderful, wonderful week. Next week, we'll be playing recordings of many amazing stories that we've featured here on Storytime. So we'll have 5 for all the different days. I will not be here live. We'll be taking a break. But Storytime will continue, of course, and I will be watching with you for sure. And this just gives me a chance to get everything organized for the upcoming weeks as well. It is that point when we need to strategize and make sure that all the themes, all the books that we're reading for the next few weeks are ready and lined up, and all the things that need to happen, pictures and all that sort, are done. So get excited. Lots of books to come. Lots of brand new books that are coming your way as well. And of course, the oldies, the classics will be coming back here to Storytime. Thank you so much for being here. Happy Friday. I will miss being with you live next week. But trust me, I will be there as well. So maybe we can chat away in the comments as we read the different stories that we'll be featuring. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Is there one story that we've done already, where we've read on Storytime, that you would like to see next week? Drop me a message, let me know, and we'll do the very best to bring it to you. Thank you so much for being here on Storytime. Much love from me to each and every one of you. Hugs, hugs, hugs. And if you're not feeling too great like Paulden, well, feel better. I hope that you kick away all those little sniffles and niggles that are sticking on. I hope that very soon you're up and about and running away. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Much love, everybody. I'll see you again after next week. I'll see you in the comments next week and then live after next week. Thank you so much for joining in. Have a lovely time. If you're visiting family, I hope that you have a lovely time with family. And if family are coming to you, well, I hope that you still have a wonderful time as well. Thank you so much for joining us here on Storytime. Lots to celebrate on this beautiful planet, on this wonderful earth, on this greeny blue planet, as it is called in the book. Thank you so much. Much love. Bye-bye.
Story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing story time with Mr. Lamada. He will be starting soon. Oh, story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't leave lonely, won't you start all the reading? I just can't wait to be hearing and soon. Story time with Mr. Lamada, where all your dreams come true. Oh, he brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing. Brings to life your favorite stories with a great big smile. You won't live lonely, won't you start all the reading? We just can't wait to be hearing.